All right, so those folks watching at home, or if you're watching the video later, everyone's got flies. This is the Formula 424 at the bottom. These are the flies inside. This is the cap at the top. Allie and I are going to bring new flies around to you. You either have white flies or red flies. Chill out, and we'll be with you in just a minute. Okay, so you're going to do white. I'll do red.
Jeez, Riley, chill out about it.
Let me see real quick and see in the back if anybody's got white. This kid has.
That's white.
What's that?
I said it was white.
Okay. Let me see about the kid. These other kids, and you can be like a little bit more liberal. Or you can get like.
I'm so glad I never did this. We started it, but we didn't like just happen. I was in Miller's class and just. I'm hoping we have a quarantine before we get this. Oh, yeah, I was talking to Max about it, and yeah, Max got pretty lucky. I don't think I'm gonna get that lucky. Because he said that, but he was like, haha, what? Like after him, I was like, you better be kidding. I was like, oh, I can't pee, I can't do this. That sucks. Right, Mr. Burnworth?
What's that?
I'm a nervous peer.
I don't know. Are you red? Are you red? Tap it down there for me. Okay, so tap it, and then stick your finger and pull that a little bit up. And keep tapping, keep tapping. Okay, all right, keep tapping. You gotta do it quickly.
What is happening in this class? Riley, are you gonna ball up today?
Let me just show everybody once again. When you're tapping it, like tapping it.
That's so sad.
With one hand and pull it out, okay? Right? Tap it down. So keep tapping, keep tapping, keep tapping, keep tapping. Pull it a little bit to the side there. Okay, so you're tapping it down to the core part of the finger. Okay, listen, folks. Let me can I touch your foot? Look, everybody, watch. Here's how you're doing it. You're tapping and then pulling out. Okay, right? You're tapping and then pulling it to the side. They're still not. Try your. Yeah. Is that working? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, tap it.
Oh no, there's still. Okay, got it.
I feel like one of mine is I can't. They're chilling on in the blue stuff. They're chilling.
What do you think we're doing? I know, I feel bad.
Oh my god. He killed one, bro. He killed one. It fell on my desk and went.
There's 3 down here that are just really.
I'm like 18.
I just
See, I knew there was one stuck in my phone. You can see it.
Just now in Call of Duty.
There was one, there was actually two.
I got nine.
And
What do I do? I got
Oh,
nine.
in your phone?
One fell out and it landed like right here. So we tried to like pick it up and put it back in and you just switched it.
You have 7, I got 3.
I got nine. I got 9 new ones. So I have 9 total.
I have another.
Or at least 7 ones.
One landed right here. Like it was dead.
Oh wait,
I just switched it.
Bernard.
Yeah, I think all mine are dead.
Everyone got like 7.
You got it.
Hey. Oh, what was that? I saw something that has to do with her over there. Gracie.
Anna has like, how many friends? Like,
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. So well, I mean, I don't know. I had twice.
Like the worst anxiety attack.
Probably.
And I told Thane that I'm never doing it again. He's like, it'll be different. Like, when you
All right, folks, let's talk.
Yeah, it is different. I was at Peyton's house the other night, and apparently Morgan was like running her mouth about something, and these girls were like making fun of her eye or something. I don't even know. Peyton and I were just dying laughing. It was so fun.
My mom said something really mean about her.
Well, what time's the damn bell? Dang bell.
But I'm leaving.
Lucky ducky. Isn't your mom's birthday today or yesterday?
I texted my mom and I was like,
Bye, Ellie.
All right, folks.
don't be shocked when you get a call there.
All right, let's talk. Now, remember, eventually what you can do is you can start to, I want you to look around and see if you can identify your males and females. Now you have this, right? And if you don't have to use this if you don't want, but remember how you use this is it goes up to your eye and then you're going to bring this closer. So for me,
That's funny.
that makes that a little bit closer, and then I can use the smaller one just like that. So that this stays stationary on your eye. You bring the thing closer. Oh, my finger looks cool. All right, so that's that. Take a second, see if you can determine the difference between the males and females in your tube. Yes.
okay, so there's this one down here.
You want me to look at it?
No.
There's also this one.
I never had that.
Moving that it's like candy stuff. It would be-
Don't worry about it.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you're gonna have some dead ones. That's okay.
I'll bring it for you.
That makes me nervous. All right. All right, now, so we should all in this room see worms by the end of the week. Okay, that's the ultimate goal, is that we will see those worms. And I honestly do believe I've seen it in Sammy's, I've seen it in Savannah's. Okay, and maybe there's a couple of the rest of you that have. Now, the real big like giveaway is you're gonna start to see them moving around inside the tube. Okay, They will be inside the blue stuff. Now, we are going to continue to keep these here, okay, in the room. There's no need to take them home yet, but we will eventually take them home, okay? And I'm going to teach you how to do that and what we're exactly looking for. You've got to remember our ultimate question, where we started this whole entire semester was looking at these flies and noticing we've got a fruit fly and we've got an egg. How does this egg go from an egg eventually to become a fruit fly? And we know that cells don't just grow big, okay, but cells divide, right? Okay. Now, can anyone tell me the phrase to remember cell division? Yeah. You got it. I pick my anus thoroughly, right? Not just,
Nice.
yeah, I pick my anus today or I'll pick my
I did
anus
yesterday.
tomorrow. Yeah, sure. Okay, so what does the I stand for? Remember? Interphase. P. Prophase. M. A. T.
I thought you said.
Okay, yeah, telophase, right? So we get that cleavage. Eventually, we're gonna have cells. All right. Everybody take your flies and put it back on the shelf, and then I want to talk about this picture, but it makes me nervous what Asia wrote.
It says, hey, Jabe and Dad.
That's me all right.
Mr. Burnworth,
Yes,
let's do that drug test for funsies.
for funsies right now, you want to do it on you?
Yeah.
How do you even do it?
Privately, is that possible? Because I'm just curious.
What would you do to see it?
I just took a lot of naps.
What do you say? I am not prepared to do that, but hopefully soon.
All right.
Savannah! It's all right.
You killed
We
me.
gotta
Nice
work,
going.
we gotta
Your
work on your
birthday.
pullback
Hey,
mechanisms.
that's me.
Because they were pretty bad. Some of them.
Good.
All right.
I won't be the only one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like who's all in your
Jace, GB's in that. But it's a lot of nice breaks.
All right, everybody take a seat, folks.
But it's like all
Take a seat, we're not done here, folks. Thank you. All right, now listen up. So what we got here is we got this idea, this cell is continuing to grow. We know that we know it's growing because the cells are divided. Right now, my cells on my skin are dying, they're flaking off, and they're being replaced with new cells underneath that. I want this cell on my skin to be replaced with a skin cell. I don't want a nerve cell there. I don't want a heart cell there. So I want skin cells. So they're making skin cells. Okay, and that's a good thing. Okay, sometimes cells continue to divide. That's bad. We got cancer. I have a buddy, Bob Gilbert. I don't know if some of you might know Bob. He's a good guy. He's this giant like scar on his arm, and he's old. He's like 75. I thought for sure he was like in Vietnam or something, you know. And I was like, dude, I don't know if you want to talk about the war. He goes, I wasn't in the war. What are you asking? I go, oh, your scar. I thought that was like some sort of like thing blew up on you. He said, no, I had skin cancer. He said, literally what happened was I was going out with a former student that wanted to meet me for drinks one day, and I hadn't seen this kid in years. And the kid said, hey, Bob, there's that thing on your arm looks bigger. And you know, like when you look at yourself like so much that you don't notice the changes, you know. And then have you ever seen somebody you haven't seen for a long time? You're like, holy cow, you got like so tall, right? So same thing. They're like, that thing on your arm looks bigger. It turned out it was skin cancer, and they had to remove it all the way like down to the muscle. Okay, and they had to remove like a piece of his back leg. Okay, so like, yeah, they had a graft his, yeah, so the graft is on.
That happened to my uncle.
Yeah, so yeah. So skin cancer, it's real, and he could have died. Okay, so we don't want to go like that. Okay, we want cells to divide. Now, every single cell, like if it's a skin cell, we want it to be a skin cell. If it's a brain cell, we want it to be a brain cell. Okay, but there are two cells in your body that we don't want to be the same. Okay, in fact, we want them to be different, and it's very important for our survival for them to be different. Okay, and every single one of you have these cells, but your cells are different than your cells. Okay, which ones are they? Okay, which cell? Nice guess. We want our blood cells to be this. Well, your blood cells may be a little bit different, right? But they're still blood cells, right? Okay. What cells are way different in me than they are you. No, we got same brain cells.
Your reproductive cells.
Bringo. Okay.
Is that
So
right?
your egg
Is that
and
right?
your sperm. Okay. That's what we want. Good job, Asia. Yes.
Thanks.
Okay. Now listen.
I can pass this class, but not in
I'm feeling something in here right now, and I shouldn't do this, but I'm going.
Tension.
Like right now, I have this weird sensation, and it's like it's deep in my body, and there's something that's speaking.
This is weird.
There's something that's speaking to me. Okay, I feel like there's someone in this room that has a relative that lives within like 100 miles from here. Does anyone have a relative that lives? Okay, all right. Now listen. Okay, now hold on a second. Now hold on a second. Hold on a second. I feel like that this relative, okay, they drive a vehicle, and this vehicle is the color is one of the primary colors. Am I speaking to you? Okay, all right. I feel like that this is a relative. It's a woman. She lives within a 100-mile radius. She drives a vehicle that is a primary color, and her name starts with a letter in the alphabet. Is this speaking to anyone? Is this speaking to anyone?
It's a sign. It's her.
I can't believe you called right now because
Avery, get it?
I felt this happening. Okay. Who do you want to talk? Oh my, it's you. She wants to talk to you. It's your relative.
Is that
And
your
that
mom?
Is
it Amanda?
She is speaking. Now, did you lose a pet recently? Did a relative lose a pet recently?
I'm just gonna leave it like that.
They did. No. Seriously? Oh my gosh. Okay, so, okay, all right. This is just so incredible. Thank you. Okay, so I knew this is happening, okay?
She just
So your
slams the phone.
pet is speaking to me now. The relative's pet, okay? It was a dog? Wait a second. It was a cat? Oh, okay, the cat has a message for your aunt.
Jaden! Calm
Here's what it has to
down.
say. Are you ready?
I think you need
You're
to leave.
supposed to leave, by the
Presley.
way.
Yeah, I think you have your orthodontist.
All right, now,
What was the message?
the message
He
was,
can't do it again.
Listen,
It's too good for
your
him.
aunt lost a cat whose name was, and the message is this. Presley, please tell your aunt this, that the cat misses her and that it would like to say this to her. Okay. Thank you very much.
When you got it right, that like one of the that you're like,
Should I go talk to the cafeteria to get my bag?
All right, now listen.
What
Okay.
time is it, Avery? Me and my hot box are dipping out.
No, come back. Or like you can't give me 3 minutes and then you can go. Hold on a second. Okay, now listen. Look, there's a point to all this. Okay, so stay with me here. Couple minutes. Okay, so let me draw the rest of this. So here's the deal. That was, of course, a joke, but there's a
You
show.
erased my high
There's a
heels.
show that was called Crossing Over by this guy named John Edwards. If you Google it, he had a TV show and he would do this like, the same kind of deal where he would pretend like he was like speaking to the dead. Okay. But his questions were always ridiculous like that. Like, there's somebody in this room that has a relative, right? Whose name starts with, like, come on, dude. Like, you're obviously just like grasping straws here, but evidently he could talk to the dead. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. I don't know, but I always thought it was fun. The name, yeah, I can do it too, right? So the name of his show is called Crossing Over. Okay. So the idea was he was crossing over to the other side, right? To talk to the dead and then give you the message that your loved one still loves you. Okay. And so here's the weird thing. Every single one of your cells, okay, for the most part, is just dividing. But your sperm and your eggs are doing something incredible. Okay. And they're going through not the process of mitosis, but a process called meiosis. And what is happening is literal pieces of your chromosomes are switching with other chromosomes. Okay. Now, why is that an important thing? The reason why you want that to happen is because if you don't, then every single one of us in this room would either look male or look female. There would be no genetic diversity. Now, look, I know some of you have brothers and sisters. I know, in fact, some of your brothers and sisters, and some of you look like your siblings. You look like your father, okay?
I don't.
A little bit, right? Okay, okay. I could see a little bit of your mom and your daddy, right? Okay, Popey, that goes without saying, we knew I could spot a Popey a mile away, right? So, come on, there's a little bit of Isley. Yeah, you're right? Yeah, I can see it. Now look, your brother, yeah, your mom, okay, all those things. Now listen, your genetics, okay, are a part of that, okay? But the reason why you and your siblings look, oh yeah,
No.
look at that.
I just got my hair.
Yeah.
That's why I look
Yeah, there you go. So your genetics are important. So let's say my wife and I decide to have another kid. Okay, we're not gonna have any other kids. We got two. That's good enough for me. Okay, so let's say we do. Okay, and all of a sudden this child's born and it looks like it's an Eskimo baby, right? Yeah. Okay, so if all of a sudden we're in the hospital and I look down and I'm like, that looks like an Eskimo baby. That's not my kid, right? Okay, right? That's, I wonder what happened on her trip to Alaska, right? So I'm not the father, right? Because I have no genetics that would allow me, okay, to have a child, okay, with those features, right? Okay, that's my gene pool. Okay, so I have a brother. I should bring a picture of him tomorrow, and you can tell me whether or not you think my brother and I look alike. Some people say we do. Some people say no way. Okay, it is funny when people do describe that. Some people will say Ira looks like Hannah. Hannah's people say Ira looks like Hannah. My people say like Ira looks like me. You know, it's just weird how that works out. Okay, but they're definitely brothers. They're definitely characteristics of both. But it all has to do with this idea of taking this piece of this chromosome and switching it with another. Tomorrow we're going to play a little activity, okay, where we're going to demonstrate which part of this chromosome is crossing over. I want you to look at these numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And today, just make a quick prediction. Is number 1 going to cross over more? Or is number 6 going to cross over more? Or is it somewhere in between? Which piece of the chromosome is going to trade with another piece of the chromosome? Maybe it's in the middle. Maybe it's just this piece will trade over there. Okay, tomorrow we will determine the answer of that, and we'll continue to look at our flies. Okay, is there any questions?
No.
Okay, cool. Thanks for being awesome.